Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1974 Olympia SM9 vintage portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Made in Western Germany and one of the top typewriters of all time. Definitely the most durable, rugged typewriter. You can throw this thing down a mountain and it would still work. Up top is the adjustable paper guide. This helps you guide the page in straight. I'm going to line that up with the edge of the platen, which is the main roller that feeds the paper. This is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one around 75. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back like a switchblade and extends. And this is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 1.5, or 2 spaces. Right now we have it on single, but if you want 1.5, just flip that switch down 1 notch. It skips 1.5. 1 more, it skips 2. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line and switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side. Flip that down to the orange indicator. It prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it in the middle, it doesn't print any ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Super light touch on these. These are the most modern generation of the SM9. The print looks beautiful. It's got unique pica number 34. Prints 10 characters per inch. Fairly rare. I've only had one other machine with that font and it sold very quick. I really love that font. It looks really clean and easy to read. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip it forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. Going to flip this down for now. Put the color back on black. Got a shift on each side and a shift lock on the left. To clear that, just hit the shift button again. Above that is the MR, stands for margin release. When you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release button. It does allow you to go all the way to the end. Very good. To the left of the shift is your tab set and clear. If you have an earlier SM9, the tab set and clear is next to the space bar. If you have an SM8, you set it behind the carriage here manually. And on this newer model, it has the tab set and clear right here on the left side with a lever. So right now we have tab set on 10 space intervals. So I'm just going to clear them all by flipping this switch to the front. And that's another function that the SM8 doesn't have. And I like to always set one somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, although this one doesn't have a really good tab break, but I'm going to set one right there like I do with all my typewriters. Stops at that spot. To clear that one specific tab, you just move that same lever down to the minus sign. Now it clears that specific tab, but we're going to set one anyway. Here is your carriage lock. You flip that up, it locks the carriage in the middle and it also locks the keys. To unlock it, flip that down. Backspace on the right side, very smooth. Known as the Mercedes-Benz of typewriters, the SM series are super high quality parts, high quality engineering from Germany. Hood opens like a car hood. All the brand new ribbon was loaded on the left, but now it's kind of moved to the right, but it is pulling to that right side. If you want to switch that direction manually, you just to the side you want it to go to, you flip the switch behind the spool towards the middle and it will pull to that side. Same with the right side, and that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is the little metal piece, and it catches on that and reverses to the side it needs to go to. If you don't have an eyelet or the eyelet isn't catching on that effectively, then you just tie a knot on the end towards close to the end of the ribbon. It doesn't have to be right on the end because then it won't have the slack to catch on there. So about 10 inches from the end you want to tie a knot and it should catch on that. Here's your touch control. From if you have it all the way up towards the left spool, there's a minus sign there. The less tension there is when you hit the keys. When you push it all the way down, the more tension there is when you hit the keys. So you just want to play with that to gauge what your preference is as far as touch control goes. Right side carriage release. Carriage release on both sides, super smooth. Really love this. Is in excellent condition, about as good as it gets. Carriage release on this side, very good. And if you pull the knob out, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You let it go, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And the same concept, if you move the line space selector all the way back, disables the spacing, move it forward, you get the clicks. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.